She getting that work in, and guess who's joining her? Me. So I'm finna get some work in with her. Kimberly, my manager, she's working all that out with her team and stuff. So we're gonna figure out a day before she leave Florida. Hopefully I can get out there in the nick of time to train with her for a few days. I will be vlogging it and I'll be live streaming it, hopefully, on Twitch and Kick. So the girl was figuring all this out. We are gonna have some fun with this. Y'all should tune in, cause I got stronger and I got better at punching, and I use my left hand now. And
the bell hasn't even rung yet, and somehow the storyline is already swinging. Because when Claressa Shields casually mentioned wanting to spend time with Chrisean before her fight, the internet didn't blink, it erupted. One sentence. That's all it took. And suddenly timelines were acting like a secret training montage had just leaked. Time alone? Before a championship-level fight? Social media detectives grabbed their virtual magnifying glasses so fast you'd think a treasure map dropped. Was this mentorship? Motivation? Emotional alignment? Or was the internet just bored and building drama out of oxygen again? When a decorated champion known for discipline says she wants time with someone known for emotional intensity, contrast becomes content. Fire meets focus. Volume meets calculation. And the algorithm? Oh, it loves opposites colliding in one headline. Within minutes, memes appeared. Boxing graphics, dramatic soundtracks, slow motion edits. It went from simple statement to cinematic teaser faster than you can say fight night. And that's when the speculation started running laps, because the real question wasn't what she said. The real question became why she said it and what it means before the bell even rings. The moment Claressa Shields said she wanted to spend some time with Chrisean before her fight, the timeline did what it always does, it overreacted professionally. What sounded like a simple, calm statement suddenly felt like a leaked group chat screenshot. People weren't just listening to what was said, they were decoding it like it was a hidden message in a movie trailer. And somehow, one sentence turned into a full-blown headline. Let's be clear. There was no shouting, no confrontation, no dramatic press conference standoff, just a statement about wanting time together before a major boxing match. But when a champion known for discipline mentions linking up with someone known for emotional intensity, the contrast alone creates buzz. Fire next to steel always looks cinematic. Claressa represents structure, preparation, and elite athletic focus. Training camps, strategy sessions, calculated movement inside and outside the ring. Her brand is built on control and performance under pressure. So when she says she wants time with someone whose public image is more spontaneous and expressive, people immediately assume there must be a deeper layer. Chrisean, on the other hand, carries visible emotion in everything she does. Supporters call it authenticity. Critics call it unpredictability. Either way, it draws attention. So the idea of these two energies intersecting right before a fight feels like a crossover episode nobody scheduled. And the internet loves an unexpected crossover. Within minutes, social media split into theories. Some said it sounded like mentorship energy. Others believed it was symbolic unity. A few dramatic thinkers whispered about mind games. Not because there was evidence, but because mystery drives engagement. The vaguer the statement, the louder the speculation. Reaction pages didn't waste time. Thumbnails popped up with dramatic fonts. Titles suggested secret strategy. Clips were replayed with suspenseful background music as if a major reveal had just occurred. And all of it stemmed from a calm, measured comment. That's the magic trick of viral culture: exaggeration multiplies faster than clarification. Supporters of both sides leaned in with enthusiasm. Some praised the idea as empowering collaboration. They framed it as two strong personalities connecting before a high-pressure event. Others questioned timing, suggesting fighters usually isolate themselves before big matches. Suddenly everyone became an expert on pre-fight psychology. The phrase "before the bell rings" started trending alongside their names. And that phrasing alone added cinematic weight. It sounded strategic, It sounded suspenseful. It sounded like something bigger was brewing. The internet doesn't just react to statements, it dramatizes them. What made this moment so combustible wasn't conflict. It was contrast. Claressa's disciplined image paired with Chrisean's visible emotion created a storyline without anyone arguing. No one raised their voice. No one threw shade. Yet the audience constructed tension simply because the pairing felt unexpected. Memes began rolling in. Edited training montages imagining secret conversations. Mock strategy meetings. In boxing rings. Dramatic captions suggesting alliances. It wasn't malicious, it was theatrical. The internet turned curiosity into entertainment in under an hour, and the irony, the individuals involved remained relatively calm. No escalation, no dramatic clarification, just continued preparation and public life. Meanwhile, the audience debated motives like it was a championship press tour. That's the power of suggestion in digital culture. One sentence can feel like a plot twist. As the first wave of reactions peaked, one thing became clear. The hype wasn't about what was happening. It was about what might happen. People weren't reacting to facts. They were reacting to possibilities. And possibility, when mixed with fame, always feels bigger than reality. By the end of the day, the statement had evolved from casual comment to viral speculation. Not because of scandal, not because of confirmed drama, but because two high-profile names intersected in an unexpected way. And when that happens, the audience doesn't wait for context. It writes its own script. If you thought the first wave of reactions was dramatic, the second wave said, "Hold my gloves," because once the internet smells potential storyline, it doesn't relax. It escalates. The conversation shifted from curiosity to cinematic interpretation. Now it wasn't just about time together. It was about timing, optics, symbolism, and strategy. And suddenly, everyone had a theory that sounded like it came from a behind-the-scenes documentary. The memes got sharper. Instead of simple edits, creators started crafting full fake trailers, slow-motion ring walks, suspenseful music, text overlays like "before the bell." Comment sections filled with dramatic predictions about mindset shifts and psychological advantages. The energy wasn't hostile, it was theatrical. But theatrical spreads fast. Sports analysts even dipped a toe into the discourse. Some suggested that pre-fight mental alignment matters more than people realize. Others questioned whether outside influences can disrupt fighter focus. Notice what happened there: a casual statement transformed into a sports psychology debate. The internet doesn't waste an opportunity to turn simple into strategic. Meanwhile, fan bases began defending interpretations like they were protecting championships. Supporters of Claressa framed the meeting as calculated preparation. They argued that elite competitors understand emotional balance before high-stakes performance. In their view, spending time with someone strong-willed and outspoken could sharpen perspective rather than distract it. On the other side, skeptics insisted that fighters traditionally isolate themselves before big matches. They emphasized tunnel vision, discipline, minimal outside noise. For them, the idea of adding any unpredictable variable felt risky, not because of conflict but because focus, in their minds, is sacred. But here's where things became fascinating. Neither Claressa nor Chrisean escalated anything publicly. No dramatic interviews, no cryptic responses, just silence and routine updates. And that silence? It fueled speculation even harder. Because when the internet expects fireworks and receives calm, it invents fireworks anyway. TikTok creators began stitching together old clips to analyze chemistry. People debated body language from completely unrelated videos. Threads popped up suggesting symbolic alliances. The creativity was impressive, but the certainty was wild. The narrative ballooned beyond the original comment, celebrity adjacent. Accounts entered subtly. A vague tweet here, an emoji reaction there. Nothing directly referencing the situation, but enough for fans to connect imaginary dots. Social media loves connecting dots, even when the dots were never meant to align. And the phrase "before the bell rings" kept amplifying everything. It sounded dramatic. It sounded like a countdown. It framed the situation like a prelude to something explosive. Language matters online. The way something is titled often shapes how it's interpreted. And this phrasing, it was cinematic gold.as. The days passed, the conversation matured from shock to analysis. Commentators debated whether emotional grounding enhances competitive edge. Some argued that mental calm improves reaction time. Others insisted that hyper-focus demands isolation. The discourse became half sports science, half reality show speculation. The funniest part, no actual drama occurred between them. No confrontation. No disagreement. Yet the energy felt like build-up to a showdown that never existed. That's the power of contrast-driven storytelling. Two distinct public images side by side create tension. Even without tension, people begin predicting how this interaction might influence fight night. Would it inspire confidence? Would it symbolize unity? Would it distract from preparation? Predictions stacked on top of each other like layers of dramatic frosting, each take louder than the last. What made it viral wasn't negativity, it was unpredictability. The pairing felt fresh. It felt unscripted. It felt like something the audience didn't expect. And unpredictability in celebrity culture equals engagement. The algorithm rewarded every hot take. Even media outlets started framing it carefully. Headlines hinted at intrigue without stating anything concrete. The language leaned suspenseful. The tone leaned curious. No one confirmed scandal, but no one downplayed spectacle either. It was a masterclass in how phrasing shapes perception. Supporters leaned into empowerment narratives. They framed it as two powerful women intersecting before a major event. They called it symbolic support rather than distraction. Critics leaned into traditionalist angles, emphasizing singular focus in combat sports. Both perspectives sounded confident. Neither had full information, and yet, the conversation kept growing. That's the beauty and danger of digital momentum. It doesn't require new developments to stay alive. It thrives on interpretation. Every repost, every stitch, every reaction added another brick to the narrative wall. The tension wasn't between the individuals. It was between interpretations of strength. Is strength solitary and silent? Or is it collaborative and expressive? The audience debated philosophy disguised as gossip. That's what made it compelling. It felt deeper than surface-level chatter. As the fight date approached, anticipation merged with curiosity. Would cameras capture a moment between them? Would a simple interaction be analyzed like a coded message? The expectation became part of the entertainment. Viewers weren't just waiting for a fight. They were waiting for symbolic confirmation. In the middle of all this, both names remained relatively steady. No dramatic clarifications. No backtracking. Just continued forward motion. The spectacle existed mostly in commentary spaces. The storm was louder in reaction videos than in real life, but perception has weight. Even when drama isn't real, the hype around it feels tangible. Sponsors notice trends. Media tracks engagement. Audiences remember associations. And when two powerful brands intersect, even briefly, the ripple effect extends beyond the moment. The second phase of this saga proved something undeniable. In modern fame, context matters less than contrast. Two distinct energies in one sentence create a storyline, even without conflict. The audience fills gaps enthusiastically, and the algorithm rewards imagination. So now, the question isn't whether time will be spent together. The question is how the narrative will evolve after fight night. Will the speculation fade, or will it transform into another chapter? Because once the internet senses a storyline, it doesn't let it disappear quietly. It waits for the next twist. As fight night edged closer, something interesting happened. The noise didn't explode, it stabilized. The loud theories cooled into steady curiosity. The exaggerated predictions softened into watchful anticipation. But make no mistake, the narrative didn't disappear. It settled into the background like suspense music waiting for its cue. Because once the internet attaches symbolic meaning to a moment, it doesn't let it go easily. Even if nothing dramatic unfolds, the association sticks. Claressa and Chrisean became linked in headlines, thumbnails, and comment threads. Not because of confirmed conflict, but because contrast created intrigue. And intrigue leaves a digital footprint. When cameras rolled closer to fight night, audiences weren't just watching punches and footwork, they were watching for subtle signals. Was there interaction? Was there acknowledgement? Did body language suggest unity or distance? Viewers weren't just spectators of a sport, they were analysts of energy. That's the fascinating part about viral cycles. They transform normal interactions into perceived symbolism. A handshake can become a headline. A smile can become strategy. Even absence can become interpretation. If nothing is shown, people assume something is hidden. If something is shown, people assume something is coded. Meanwhile, Claressa's reputation as a focused competitor remained central. The narrative of discipline and preparation didn't vanish just because curiosity flared. If anything, the speculation highlighted how strong her public image already was. When someone is known for composure, even casual statements feel strategic. Chrisean's public persona also remained intact. Emotional visibility, bold presence, unapologetic expression, those traits didn't shift overnight. What changed was how audiences framed them in proximity to elite athletic focus. The pairing magnified differences, and magnified differences feel dramatic even without drama. After the event passed, commentary shifted tone again. Some viewers claimed the meeting symbolized empowerment. Others argued it was simply overanalyzed hype. A few admitted the entire spectacle existed mostly in fan imagination, and that admission didn't weaken the story, it strengthened it, because it revealed how powerful audience projection can be. Reputationally, neither side suffered damage. There was no scandal, no explosive fallout. Instead, there was something subtler: expanded visibility. When two public figures share headline space, attention overlaps, fan bases intersect, conversations merge, and that merging creates ripple effects. The ripple effect matters more than the moment. Increased searches, increased engagement, increased commentary cycles. Even if the original statement was simple, the exposure amplified both names simultaneously. In the world of digital fame, exposure often outweighs explanation. What makes this situation compelling isn't scandal. It's the psychology of expectation. The audience expected something dramatic. They built suspense around it. They treated it like the prelude to a showdown. And when the anticipated explosion didn't arrive, they were left analyzing their own projections. That's the paradox of viral culture. The hype machine can outpace reality so quickly that normalcy feels anticlimactic. But anticlimax doesn't erase narrative, it reshapes it. Instead of dramatic conflict, the takeaway becomes contrast and curiosity. The long-term impact isn't about a single meeting. It's about how the internet now associate these two names. Future interactions will be viewed through this lens. Future comments will be examined more closely. That's how digital storytelling works. It layers moments on top of each other, building continuity whether intentional or not. The broader lesson here isn't about boxing strategy or celebrity dynamics. It's about amplification. A calm sentence became cinematic because audiences crave plot twists. The pairing felt unexpected, so it was treated as meaningful. And meaning in public culture doesn't require confirmation, it requires engagement. As headlines moved on to fresher topics, this chapter didn't disappear. It archived itself in thumbnails and search results. It became part of the broader narrative ecosystem. If either name trends again, this moment will resurface as reference material. That's how digital memory functions. But here's the most surprising twist. The entire spectacle highlighted strength into different forms. One rooted in athletic discipline, the other rooted in expressive visibility. The internet framed it as tension, but it could just as easily be framed as contrast, without conflict. And maybe that's the real takeaway. Sometimes the loudest drama exists in commentary spaces, not in reality. Sometimes the build-up says more about audience imagination than actual events. And sometimes the most powerful storyline is the one that never explodes. As we move forward, one thing is certain: the next unexpected crossover will trigger the same cycle. Curiosity, speculation, amplification, and the algorithm will smile every time. Because contrast will always trend, and anticipation will always outperform calm explanation. Now let's talk. Did the internet turn a simple statement into a full-blown cinematic saga, or was there actually something deeper brewing before the bell rang? Because let's be honest, social media doesn't just watch moments, it inflates them. One calm sentence becomes a suspense trailer. One unexpected pairing becomes a storyline. So I need your take in the comments right now. Was this strategy, symbolism, or straight up overanalysis? If you've made it this far, you already know we don't just skim headlines, we dissect them. We peel back the hype, the optics, the algorithm games, and the narrative twists that the timeline tries to sell as gospel. And trust me, in celebrity culture, the loudest story isn't always the real story. Sometimes the audience writes the script before the actors even show up. So go ahead and smash that like button like it owes you money. Subscribe like you're securing ringside seats to the next viral crossover. And turn those notifications on, because in this world, plot twists don't send invitations. They just pop up trending while you're minding your business. Scandals, speculation, symbolism, it all drops here first. And if today was calm curiosity, tomorrow might be headline chaos. Stay sharp, stay loud.